Affair of the day, and it is the Koreans, Baek and Lee, seeded 3, and they are up against the home pairing of Rahayu and Setianingrum, who we saw recently here, and they play pretty well too. See whether they can upset one of the best pairs on the planet. Here is the women's doubles draw. This is the top half, and we are concentrating on that third match down. Also got Tan and Lu, who are the top seeds in this half of the draw as well. So, going to be tough. But they were beaten last week in Singapore, well beaten actually, the Chinese pair. So, hope should spring eternal for the likes of Baek and Lee, and why not for Rahayu and Setianingrum.
On court 1, women's doubles, match number 19. Baek and Istora
Well, you can hear the crowd's reaction as the players make their way onto our show court, with the Koreans leading the way.
Red or black? Sorry, black. Sorry, red. Okay.
Won't be any surprise that these pairs have not met before. Obviously, the Rahayu Setianingrum pairing is a pretty new one, and we watched them the other day, Bobby, and we're quite impressed with the way they performed.
Yeah, absolutely. It was one of the first times I've seen Setianingrum play up close, and I was thrilled to see how confident she was on court. She's got everything about her game. Her defense was good, her attack was good, just her calmness and racket skills. And she's playing with one of the most accomplished doubles pairs from Indonesia, or players there have been in Apriyani Rahayu. Equally, this pair, it reminds me of this pair, the way they came about playing together 2 or 3 years ago when Baek came through the juniors, and Lee So-hee's partner at the time, Shin Seung-chan, sort of moved away. And yeah, they were really quick on the scene and well established.
Have been up at top spot in the rankings, Baek and Lee. That was less than a year ago, actually. They haven't reached a final. I beg your pardon, they have reached a final. They were runners-up in the Orleans Masters. But I think by their standards, they would have hoped for more so far this year. Took them an hour to get past Suin Lin of Chinese Taipei in the first round. They've actually won the title here for the last 2 editions, Baek and Lee. So that's the extent of the task for Apriyani Rahayu there and her partner. 27 now, Rahayu, and she's been kind of mentoring Febi Setianingrum, helping her along the way. There she is. She's only 21. They had a good run in the Malaysia Masters a couple of weeks ago, got to the semi-finals, and then didn't disgrace themselves by losing in 3 games to the world's top pair, Lu and Tan. It's called up to the international team at 18. Setianingrum. Sisters also professional. Their first round, you might have seen that with us. They beat Chang and Yang, straight games. This is a step up, though, no question.
It is, and
to play.
but I particularly enjoyed the manner in which they went about their business. Attacking, aggressive, full of smiles. They were enjoying it as well, and full of confidence. These two, Baek and Lee, though, are just so hard to break down. Lee So-hee's been one of the most consistent performers on the World Tour in women's doubles for years now, and Baek and Baek Hana is almost the playmaker. She's the one that sort of captains the side, surprisingly, the younger player. She's very clever. She's got her wits about her, and she's terrific with the racket too. She was a brilliant junior player. In fact, they both were, but we're going back 12 or 13 years for Lee So-hee now for that. And 2 times defending champions, like you said, Trevor, they've got a lot to prove here. They love this tournament. They like the Istora, clearly. And they'll want to go all the way again.
Well, Indonesia expects, but it's a tough ask against these 2 Koreans.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Apriyani Rahayu and Baby Setianingrum, Indonesia. And on my left, Baek Hana Lee So-hee, Korea. Baek Hana to serve to Apriyani Rahayu. Level. Play.
So here we go, women's doubles, round of 16. You would make the Koreans' favourite for sure. But the way the Indonesians played the other day, I don't think this is going to be a cakewalk. It's hit way beyond the back line by Rahayu.
1 love.
There'll be a few nerves out there. A bit of adrenaline as well, I should think, with this home crowd.
I would think so, but I think they'll be relishing this. Setianingrum and Rahayu, they are widely loved, not just here, but all over the world as players. Rahayu has just been a crowd favourite for such a long time. And inside the Istora, I think this crowd behind them could help. Good defence.
Well, it feels like a big point so early in the match, but Lee So-hee, after some excellent defence, able to celebrate once Setianingrum had missed what looked like a relatively straightforward put away.
Not more than relatively. That's popped up from Lee So-hee. She grimaced at the end of the point because she knew she sort of mishit the shot, and it should have been a winner, no doubt.
Going to be a plan for the Koreans to target Setianingrum. Wouldn't be the worst idea, would it?
I'm not so sure. Certainly Rahayu will have dealt with this kind of pressure from top players for a long, long time, but Setianingrum's defence the other day was brilliant. I think if they try, they'll be in for a bit of a surprise.
3.
It's almost in the grey carpet from Baek Hana. Febi has got some power and sets up a really tidy finish for Rahayu.
Well, that'll go down as a bonus. That was badness for me.
4-3.
Yeah, she had to move to her left, slightly off balance, but the length of the shuttle was poor. She wasn't hitting from much further back than mid-court.
Well, they've got the crowd going, nothing like making a good start to get the arena completely engaged here, and I can promise you the Istora is. What a super piece of disguise that was from the youngster.
What a start from the Indonesians. Full of guile and skill. They certainly got that in abundance, and
they were 3-love down, weren't they? 6 points in a row.
Wouldn't it be nice as well for Rahayu to have unearthed another sort of future superstar and that third chapter of surely what would be the end of her career after playing and winning gold at the Olympics with Gracie Poli, lots of success with Ramadanti, and to now have this new youngster to play with. And if it develops into the partnership that we're looking at right now and continues for a while, they could do some damage on the World Tour and at major events.
Well, the crowd obviously were semi-optimistic, I think, about their chances, but I'm not sure that they expected this kind of a scoreline, albeit very early days, but nonetheless, 7 points in a row. That's wide.
You just get an instinct, though, don't you? A feeling that as long as they stay positive throughout, this is going to be a great match. And the way in which they're actually able to beat Bacon Lee, who have always had a pretty good defence, is very impressive.
Well, save that.
What a good rally this is. Indonesians at the start were under the cosh. Turned it around nicely.
Well, he doesn't miss many of those.
5-7.
It was also nice to see the reaction from Rahayu when she did miss. The disappointment, the frustration. That is why she is so widely loved. And Setianingrum there smiling behind her. Easy to watch, easy on the eye for a badminton fan.
I think the biggest compliment you can pay Rahayu and Setianingrum, regardless whether it's win, lose or draw here, is it looks like they've played together for years.
It does. I mean, there are certain basics in doubles, especially level doubles, where you should be able to walk on court and play with anybody. But then there are partnerships who understand that after certain things happen, I'm going to do this, which automatically you know I'm going to do something else. So you work things out as a pair. You get into patterns where, a bit like in singles we talk about, you put a few more eggs in one basket, you're kind of banking on a certain shot to come back. Well, in doubles that's very difficult because you can think that, but if your partner's not on the same page, it looks messy. That's the beauty of this pair, is that they've instantly clicked together and they seem to be on the same page.
It's kind of what you might call, I don't know, a little bit of semi-telepathy in certain moments.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
So a 4-point lead here for the Indonesians. Fantastic. Wow. She never fails to entertain, does she?
Yeah, and to win the point after that trick shot round the back from Rahayu, that was lovely.
Almost feels it's worth 2 points when you win a rally with a shot like that included in the middle of it.
I think that's a good idea. I think we should try and encourage the BWF to take that on.
Time's over. 6-10.
A trick shot could be worth 2 points. And in doubles, if you break a string and run off and change rackets, come back and win the point, maybe you get 3.
7.
Yeah, not
10.
sure that's going to get through. Hugely entertaining opening to this women's doubles, though. And it's a 4-point lead for the Indonesians in the mid-grade break. I'm not sure too many saw that coming.
Yeah, they could not have wished for a better start here, and strangely, it looks like it's Baek and Lee who are the underdogs.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Okay, coach. 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 Coach, return to your chair. Okay, players on court. Eleven, 7. Play. Service over. 2.
I'm not sure that Baek and Lee expected to be put under this kind of pressure.
I completely agree, and it is lovely to see Rahayu and Setianingrum playing with no fear. How many times have we really seen the Koreans on the attack? That's the thing. They're having to defend, and at times they're also choosing to, and it's clearly not working.
Service over. 8.
Difficult for Feby to control that net cord, then just changed the momentum of her own movements and was desperately close to keeping that in.
Yeah, that was clearly on or just inside the line
9.
from Baek.
13. Left. Feby, get ready quicker, okay? Put on, wait. Left, Feby. Put your hands down, okay? Hands down and get ready quicker, okay?
Well, I see the umpire was giving her the hurry up there. Didn't seem ready for the serve, actually.
Good defence from Baek.
10-13.
The irony being that I thought in the last match, Capiton against Wardani, that were taking much longer between points than is happening here. I think this is pretty quick. I'll go to let for that. Now, Rahayu's being warned.
Well, she's just made friends with the umpire, so that's at least something.
It's the butter wouldn't melt look, isn't it? And again, the serve was very quick.
Trying to unsettle this Indonesian pair, I think.
I think the umpire's point to both Rahayu and Setianingrum was when the serve is ready, you as the receiver should be ready. Now, that's fine. But they're pretty quick. The Korean serves to both of them. You've got to allow the receiver to be set.
Yeah, I remember watching a women's singles. I think it was at the Sudirman Cup with Malaysia. Go Jin Wei was so fast to pick up the shuttle and get ready to serve, and the umpire actually started warning the receiver. And I found it amazing because it was ridiculously fast, almost to the point of gamesmanship.
Yeah, there's a level of common sense that kind of needs to be applied, doesn't there, in that kind of situation. Whilst it's a good rule of thumb that when the serve is ready, the receiver should be also, within that, you need to be a bit sensible at times.
Time's over. Wait. 11-14.
Raining down the attack. Terrific defence, though.
The reaction of Rahayu when she made that kill. Such intensity. I don't think there was any more intensity when she won her Olympic gold, to be honest. Let's look at her reaction here.
Just relentlessly attacked from the Indonesians. Korean pair did well to survive for so long.
Okay, thank you.
Cannot fault the effort as well from Baek there.
And as you can hear, it has totally engaged this Istora crowd.
Play. Time's over. 12-15.
Well, rally after rally. It seems like the Indonesians have those opportunities just to keep firing down.
Well, great resistance again from the Korean pair, but they're under so much pressure here. And then able to turn it round in what seemed a blink of an eye.
15.
Yeah, credit to Lee So-hee this time. Great defence for so long and turning defence into attack.
Do not take long. Quick. Play. Time's over.
Well, that was a big
16,
point.
13.
Skillful shot. Had it gone the other way, it would have been 1 point in the match. They deserve this lead, though, I believe, the way they're playing this game. Structured, organised. That rotation from the Indonesians allowed them to keep the attack, to hold on to it until Setianingrum gets the chance to hit harder.
And the irony is, Baek and Lee, known pretty much as an attacking pair, but in this match so far, they've been largely on the defensive. Now, can Rahayu and Setianingrum keep it going for a bit longer?
That is brilliant from Rahayu. What a finish. This is so exciting.
A little bit of good fortune with the net ball, but you make your own luck, they say. And I think with their attacking instincts and fearless play, they've certainly made their own luck. 3 more points to confirm this opening game. That was fascinating. Just after that point, Lee So-hee kind of made a sort of shrugging kind of motion to her partner, almost as if, what can we do about this type of thing?
Well, they're being a bit too passive for me. I know you say they are attacking. Baek and R's got creativity, but I think by default, this Korean pair are actually quite happy with the longer sort of rallies. But the Indonesians have been so sharp, particularly around the forecourt and midcourt, that they gain the attack so quickly. And we've seen, it's been proven that once they've got the attack, they've been able to hit the floor 60–70% of the rallies.
Well, it was a chance, because I think had that gone over, they'd have both been rooted to the spot, Baek and Lee, but it didn't. Right shot, wrong execution.
It all feels like we're getting very sort of excited for the Indonesians here, but I can't forget that Baek and Lee are so experienced. I know Baek's only mid-20s, but she was such a brilliant junior. She's played at this kind of level for a long, long time. Even if the Indonesians win this opening game, I still don't think this match is over. It might have a long way to go.
Oh, absolutely. And they haven't won the first game yet.
Well, that's right. And if they do in the next few moments, the ability to keep up this intensity and stay on the attack the way they are, I'd be surprised if they managed to do that for an entire second game and close out the match early. But that's what we're here for. That's the beauty of sports. We want to see if that can be achieved.
It's long, and here are 4 game points to the Indonesians.
Time's over. 20 game points.
I tell you what, there's going to be about 50,000 in the national stadium tonight. Indonesia have got a World Cup qualifying football match against China. I'm not sure they'll make much more noise than we're getting in here. As the roof's going to come off in a minute if they confirm this opening game.
I think the world knows the Indonesian general public care a bit more about badminton than football out here.
Well, that's a magnificent performance. It's only one game, but it's a serious statement of intent. 21-16 in 24 hugely entertaining minutes.
Look at this reaction as well from these two. The finger pointing, the celebration, the congratulations to each other. There you go from Apriyani Rahayu. Yeah, they did everything right, they know it, and they want to keep that going. Brilliant performance from these two.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Okay, players on court. Coach, return to your chair. Apriyani, back on court.
China, Alpine, Badminton Austria, service Helen Purnamasari, Indonesia.
Okay, play on.
Well, can Rahayu and Setianingrum keep up the level of skill that we saw
Second
in the
game.
first game? It's a big ask.
Level. Play.
And are we going to see anything different from Baek and Lee?
Well, this turnaround will tell us whether Setianingrum in particular can hit with as much venom as she did in the first. Whether there's much difference in speed, the change of ends.
Love.
But I'd really like to see them maintain that positivity. It was such a pleasure to watch.
Time's over.
Well, she made the right move, did Lee So-hee. Pushing towards the middle, and she thought the layoff was coming. But they can't afford to miss those. Superb reactions from Lee So-hee, under real pressure from Rahayu.
miscue this time, and there haven't been many of those.
2-1.
Setianingrum, the offender.
I was just watching Rahayu and Setianingram's reaction after that. There was a bit of a shake of the head from Rahayu and a sort of finger-wagging exercise. That was not the tactic. Well, you said it earlier, Trevor, they're kind of picking on Setianingrum.
Well, they weren't in the first game, were they? They are now. I wonder whether that's something that the the Korean coaches have said to them during that 2-minute break after the first game.
I think so, and if we've been right about the drift, if the Koreans are now hitting with the drift and therefore their smashes are a tiny bit harder, I think they've decided that the defence of Setianingrum will not be as good as Rahayu's.
Yeah, you might have noticed there, Lee serving very quickly again to Rahayu, had to play another let. It's clearly a tactic too.
Well, it's been a contrast in terms of who's attacking and defending. The first game, it was all Indonesia, pretty much. Oh, what a great rally.
Time over. 2-3.
These two did brilliantly to turn that around.
Absolutely no way Lee could control that. It was hit at her so hard, right at the hip.
Maybe.
Well, we haven't had many lengthy rallies. That was the longest.
Well, you said it before, she's taking Setianingrum under her wing. She's sort of captaining the team, and it's a very definite kind of master and apprentice look about it.
That was a lecture, wasn't it? That was a lecture, not a pep talk.
Yeah, and the second in 2 or 3 rallies as well.
That said, when a gold medal winner tells you something, you should probably listen. Got NFL there with that point, though, didn't they?
Yeah, asking the question of Lee So-hee at the net. And she's missed a couple of those, or rather the mid-court trying to intercept that cross lift. Rahayu rock solid in defence. The same cannot be said of Setianingrum there, unfortunately.
4-3.
Penultimate shot, the lift was very short. That one. No, this one. And too easy for Lee So-hee.
Rahayu. Apriyani. Play.
Well, you'll take the points,
Time's over.
however, you get them.
Oh.
I don't care either.
I liked the reaction to both of them fist pumping when it rolled over, and then I think it was Rahayu remembered, oh, I should do the sort of friendly gesture of apologetic hand here.
See, I think that should just be got rid of, because everyone knows you're not sorry, you're delighted. So
100%.
it's just a meaningless gesture.
Rahayu making moves. That was terrific movement.
5-4.
Well, the anticipation here. Block this, follow it in herself. Because the block, she was on the back foot. Normally you'd block and hope you'd put it in front of your partner. But there is the anticipation of a great Indonesian doubles player.
Good flicker, that. Well, that should do Setianingram's confidence and power of good. And a couple of nervous moments in this second game, but she nailed that.
Yeah, and it came at the right time because, like you say, there's been a couple of lectures from her partner and a few times where Febby has played the odd weak shot. That was a terrific smash from Baek.
Time's over. 5-6.
Powerful and really well placed. And fascinating how the Indonesians were trying to attack Baek throughout the rally. Very fast serve again, wasn't it? Wow.
The speed at which Rahayu went across the net there in the middle of that rally. And then had the presence of mind to let this one go, knowing it was beyond the back line.
I think you asked me yesterday, Trevor, or maybe the day before, where the evolution of women's doubles has come from. That rally there is a clear sign. If we wind back to this sort of level of competition 10, 15 years ago, rallies didn't look like that.
Well, she's not just a virtuoso, she's the conductor as well. And the crowd, if they needed any getting going, which they don't, she's just wound them up a bit more.
Can't quite find the speed, Setianingrum, on the smash from this side of the court. Unless it's quite short.
She lost her shape for that last shot, didn't she?
Time's over.
She did. There was a slight confusion amongst the rotation of those two then.
Change.
The Indonesians.
Change.
Excellent defence from Lee So-hee.
Okay, back on court.
A change of racket.
It seemed like a string had gone, did it?
No, it wasn't. You can see Setianingrum tapping the strings at the end of the rally as if to say, I didn't hit that cleanly, I'm not getting the length, I'm not getting the power, something's up. And she just wanted to change rackets. It might be that she's got rackets in her bag at different tensions, string tensions.
Time is over. 8-7.
Well, this is a big sort of early almost prediction. It's just a gut feeling I've got, but if the Indonesians are going to win this match, I feel they need to do it in 2. Good shot from Feby over the top to get out of trouble.
Oh, wow. She was going to leave that, and then Lee whacked it straight to Baek.
Yeah, back of the head, I think.
Ouch. Don't see that very often. Certainly not from a pair as talented as this and as ranked as high as this. Right on the back of the net, that was.
Good touch from Lee. Rahayu was about to pounce on anything that came into the mid-court.
Pity from Rahayu's point of view, because she was really frustrating the Koreans with that stoic defence. And then Koreans got a bit of a gift.
What a battle we've got on our hands here, by the way. This is a real joy for the neutral. And for the Indonesians to have the home crowd support behind them, it just gives it that extra bit of quality.
There aren't any neutrals in here.
Including us by the sounds of
probably
things.
is just us.
Good work from Feby. She coped well there. Oh, Rahayu's missed 2 in a row.
Right, so Feby can now give Rahayu an lecture. Because she was faultless in that point, the youngster.
Yeah, she was. I don't think it's necessarily been a talking to because you've missed the shot or made a mistake. It's more you've made the wrong choice, the wrong tactic. I think they'll always forgive each other for making an error, but at least trying to do the right thing is the priority.
9-0.
She's really wanting to rush that serve, Lee So-hee.
Yeah, and every time she has served really quickly,
10,
and the shuttle just landed
9.
in front of either Rahayu or Setianingrum, the umpire's been quite happy to let them play a let, so I'm presuming he's going to carry on doing that. He's kind of set the standard here. So, last point before the interval coming up, and it is beautifully poised.
That was a really clever attack, going once down across Baek and then the other one tying her up. Perfect placement.
That's great play from Setianingrum. And in the end, they got the arrows, a good lead. And they've got a 1-point lead.
Well, the crowd absolutely loving this. And so they should. It's been one of the most exciting matches we've seen this week.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Okay, coach. Okay, coach.
아, 미안. 왜 자꾸 밀리지?
Apriani, on court. Back to receive. Eleven, 10, play.
A lot of this is going to come down to nerve and temperament.
Time's over. 11, all. Change.
Obviously, Baek and Lee have been there many times before, as has Rahayu, but Setianingrum, this is kind of continuing to be uncharted territory in a sense. Obviously, the more she gets herself into this kind of a situation, the better it'll be.
Bad luck.
12,
There was
11.
a shot earlier on the rally where she intercepted in the mid-court, cut one out, and I was so impressed. She's got a really nice all-round doubles game. Rahayu at the end there was advising her, look, if you're that off balance and you're going to make the error, go for the clear instead. We can defend. I think that was the sort of instruction. Good move again from Rahayu. Oh, lovely.
This feels like an important point to win.
Oh, look at Rahayu covering for her partner. It's got to be one of the longest we've seen as well. Still going. This is terrific.
Shame for her. He just wanted that rally to end on a winner rather than an error. And Rahayu says, OK, don't worry about it.
Baek absolutely exhausted. I watched her reaction after she won this point. The Indonesians, having won a point like that, would be fist-pumping and jumping up and down. Watch this from Baek. Just turns away and walks off and almost falls to her knees almost. Physically, that took a toll. I've not seen this before from Baek. I think there might be some underlying fitness or sickness thing, because that was a strange reaction there. Maybe I'm making more of it than I need to, but a 90-shot rally is not that unusual for pairs like this.
5-1.
When you're fatigued and the question is asked of you, that's when so often the error comes. Not in the physicality, but your touch goes. She's put that well under the net.
Okay.
Yeah, and they had a little conflab, Baek and Lee, after that point.
I'm keeping an eye on Baek, even now.
Okay, thank you.
I wonder if she's been a bit ill lately. I've never seen her this fatigued. We're only in the second game. And how many times over the years have we seen this pair in a third game and this kind of intensity level? And I've never seen that reaction, that problem.
We're 49 minutes to here. Just feels like
Time's over.
the Indonesians'
14.
levels dropped a little
Sure.
bit. Bar was pretty high though after the first game, to be fair.
I think they've lost maybe 5%, 10 at the most, smash power due to the conditions. I think the Koreans have the faster end. And I think that shows here because they haven't hit the floor as much as they did in the first. Good work from Setianingrum. He was asked a lot of questions in that opening half of the rally. I say half. This could go on forever. Almost walking pace now. This is going to be an important one to win.
Time's over. 13, 14.
I didn't think it was possible to pump the crowd up anymore, but Rahayu is managing it. Thumping her chest after she smashes that winner down the middle. We're going to see the chest thump. Oh, in a minute.
How much is it worth, do you think, Trevor, the charisma that she carries? I mean, yes, there's the history, there's the Olympic gold medal, but Rahayu walks on court and almost brings an aura with her.
There's definitely an intimidation factor, absolutely. Even for as good players as Baek and Lee are, and with the various tournaments they've won, and the fact that they're the third best pair in the world, who have been ranked top of the shop as well in the past. But yeah, Rahayu is a character second to none, I think, in women's doubles. And Gia fans may have a different view. Anyhow, very tight and tense in this second game.
No, I think she stands alone when it comes to that sort of personality. And even then, just then, the team talk seemed to be continuing. If this didn't catch a shirt or something, I thought it was long.
Actually, looks okay to me, but we'll see what the Hawkeye says.
One challenge remaining. Okay, 14-all.
Maybe they wanted a breather.
Play.
Yeah, you could hardly blame them. Some of the last rallies have been very intense and long. Gotta love the body language. Look at that reaction from the Indonesians, and then this from Rahayu. So watchable. They've almost taken Rahayu out of the game, haven't they?
It's a clear tactic, yeah, you can see it.
The shuttle falling to pieces, the length of the rally, I think, being the most important part of that. But Setianingrum proving that she deserves to be here, standing up to this. Can't take your eyes off it, can you?
Another very lengthy exchange.
Diving save from Feby, and I think Rahayu will feel so disappointed she didn't get the last one back. Well within her range.
Her and about 5,000 others. 86 shots in that last exchange.
Ready? On go. Ready?
Look at the shirt of Feby Setianingrum, absolutely soaked through. So's Rahayu's. Well, the intent was there.
She was out of position there, and she was always struggling to get back towards the back line.
Yeah, there's anticipation, and then there's a massive gamble, and she tried to push the net, expecting the layoff to the middle.
So now they've gone big favourites for this second game.
18,
the Koreans, and
15.
as you said earlier, if they do take it, you'd fancy them very strongly to win the decider, just with the momentum and psychological boost.
Yeah, you would, and also the emotions that the Indonesian pair seem to be going through, and the intensity in which they're playing at, to stay at this level, I just can't believe they could keep it up for an hour and a half or more if it takes that long. The Koreans are actually just playing their game. The one thing, though, is just the reaction of Baek physically in between rallies. I'm just not sure about.
She seems okay in the rallies. It's just some of the body language after they tap her, but they're pretty much over the line now in the second game, barring what looks like an improbable Indonesian comeback.
Good shot there from Lisa He to finish as well. Took a risk around the head going cross as wide as she did, and the risk paid off, closing in on this second game. It's almost been sort of point for point as well to this point here, where Baek and Lee have taken the last 5.
Yeah, when it really matters. Game points coming.
Giving it everything to take this second. Terrific effort from Feby, the dive, and just a few inches away.
Okay, thank you. Play.
Well, they might have a good few points in hand here, but Lee So-hee in the rally, first rally I've seen it, was very sort of, not defensive, but passive. Just saying, I think my consistency enough, it's going to be enough to get through this, and they've got to be careful.
New racket required. She's got one off the floor from Setianingrum. Oh, and that will work. You can't say it was easy, but they came on strong at the back end of the second game. Secondly, Rahayu and Setianingrum struggling to get through for those last 7 or 8 points. And the Koreans have level. It's one game all.
Well, this is just brilliant from both pairs. Flawed at times. Indonesians both ending up on the floor. Change of racket, the whole picture just sums up the excitement we've been watching all the way through this match so far.
리턴하고 그다음 거 거기서 좋은 볼이 나오면 바로 찬스가 된단 말이야.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Okay, coach. Coach. Is that your chair? Coach. Apriani. Ravi. And coach. On court. Final game, double play.
Flicks a variation. Nice start to the deciding
One
game.
Lock.
Error of judgment there.
Time's over. 1-0.
Do you know, it's been 3 days and I'm still trying to work out the impacts of any drift out there, front to back. I still can't. That would have normally gone long if they are on the faster end and there was the leave, you know. Clearly it held up. I don't believe Lee So-hee's judgment could have been that bad. I think she was expecting the drift to kick in and carry that long. The Indonesians need a good lead at the mid-game interval, I believe.
Time's over. 2-1.
Oh, I thought Setianingrum would have rotated out for that one.
Defending with consummate ease, the Koreans, against the 21-year-old.
They are, aren't they? Like a brick wall. Oh, that's nice from Rahayu.
Yeah, that's experience. Change the pace, change the direction, the angle.
Yeah, that's exactly what she did, and she used a lot of skill to do it as well. Oh. When you look at racket skills, she's right up there.
Just trying to hit it a bit too hard, I think.
Over.
She's getting frustrated because nothing's getting through anymore, is it, from her?
That's exactly it. I think that penultimate shot of hers, she thought was going to be a winner. Testament to the defense of the Korean pair.
4-2.
That intensity's fallen away slightly, I think, for the Indonesians. In between points, they don't seem to come together as much as they did earlier on.
A couple of successive errors from Rahayu.
Yeah, it was a slight bit of miscommunication earlier in the rally, and I wonder whether that just deflated us slightly as well.
Rahayu, Apriani, on court.
Well, she needs to sort of regain that captaincy and raise the spirits of the pair.
6-2.
Yeah, scoreboard doesn't make pretty reading for the Indonesian players and the supporters inside the arena here. Always got the feeling that if the Koreans level, which they did, buoyed by that, they probably go on to win comfortably. We'll see, but they've made a very good start.
Oh. Unbelievable.
Incredible, it's still going, this rally. Not anymore.
7-2.
Well, the amount of turnarounds, that's one of them. Just
Apriani.
exhibition stuff. Look
Apriani.
at that effort from Setianingrum.
Yeah.
I think you can chuck that one away.
Yeah, she had to put all her body weight down, and the racket took the brunt.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, yes.
For a game
Okay.
and a half, it looked like the Indonesians were playing at a level which was going to be hard to maintain.
Heavy.
Whereas this is the Koreans' game week in, week out. They don't seem very phased. They never did from the start. They weren't deterred when the Indonesians really took the initiative in the first and just kept plugging away. And I feel like the Korean pair can just keep doing what they're doing and it'll get them close enough, whereas the Indonesians need something special now. They need to step up again, and that's very hard to do. Well, 2 smashes and 2 net calls in a row, Trevor. I don't think I've seen that ever.
Well, as I said earlier, and especially now, they'll take anything they can get. That was first one.
Heavy.
And the second.
Febby did well to change the angle and go wide there. hit it so hard in the end, that smash. He broke a string.
5-7.
And Rahayu is fist pumping again, having had very little to do with the rally.
Well, 3 points in a row for the Indonesians.
Oh, did well. She got away with that to some extent. Did well to recover, Febi. It's another excellent rally, a good exchange in the mid-court.
It's long. Just over-enthusiastic, I think.
That must be heartbreaking.
Shots over, 8-5.
She had them there. And there's a good leave as well from Baek. Laughing at the reactions, all the emotions showing on the faces of these two, the Indonesians.
Let Rahayu.
Just under too much pressure. Setianingrum.
9.
And they've got that
5.
nice little cushion back now, the Koreans.
Well, you've got to give credit where credit's due. The Koreans
on court now.
just so solid. How many mistakes have we seen them make, especially in certainly this game and the latter half of the second game? Very few indeed.
But they've just peppered maybe Setianingrum, haven't they, in the second game and in this one too, to a similar degree. They've just made her life very uncomfortable. And as you said earlier, they've kind of taken Rahayu out of so many of the rallies. And when she does get involved like that, they're a different proposition.
Yeah, that's the reason why you start challenging Rahayu in the mid and forecourt, and she's got such quick reactions, a good low centre of gravity. She's a real threat there. And I think they're directing a lot of the attack when they get it, the Koreans, to the young Setianingrum, because surely a 21-year-old who hasn't played an awful lot of badminton at this level will struggle to cope with the pressure and the occasion and the crowd. Oh, what a shame.
Time's over. 10.
Shoulders are beginning to drop slightly over there.
It's a little loose.
Time's over. 7. 10.
Well, rarely have I seen so much communication between a pair on court in between points. I think what you said earlier is exactly right. There's a sort of just trying to get Setianingrum up to speed quickly.
Well, it came with quite an awkward height there for Lee, and she quite decided the best way to deal with it.
Yeah, and I think the pace of the shot foxed her slightly. I think she was expecting more of a drive and suddenly realised it was in front of her and struggled to cope with that change of pace. Good work from Rahayu. A real intent in the movement.
That's good, and it's a 3-point lead at the mid-game break for Baek and Lee, and we're nearly an hour and a half in here on court one.
Well, this shot, the last shot from Rahayu was just completely wrong. And there, that one, she plays straight into Lee's hands. Instantly turned around, apologised to the coach and her partner. But I don't know if it's too much to ask.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Coach. 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 Indonesia coach. 4, 3. Back to your chair. Players on court. Court. Okay, back. Eleven, 8, play.
So, final chapter of what's becoming an elongated saga. Koreans 4 points ahead now.
12, 8.
Just feel like they may have broken the back of the Indonesian resistance.
We were really praising Setianingrum at the start for her good play, and well deserved. I mean, she was fantastic, but she needs to get back to that for them to have any chance. We know what we'll expect from Rahayu. They need to continue to be a well-organised pair that Setianingrum is about to face. A lot of shuttles coming her way from the Koreans.
And, you know, players watch videos, and they'll watch the video of this, and the next time that Rahayu and Setianingrum play a big-name pair, they're going to adopt similar tactics, probably, because they can see that it's worked. Now, whether Setianingrum can improve, and I mean, she's incredibly talented for someone of only 21. They're going to challenge this, and you would think that she's nowhere near the finished article, so when she is, they're going to be potentially a fearsome force. This was called out. Indonesians want Hawkeye to check it.
Yeah, I think they have no choice but to challenge. The scoreboard's running away from them, and any little bit of luck, almost desperation now from those two.
Yeah, comfortably wide.
Challenge unsuccessful. One challenge remaining. 14-8. Play.
Well, you know there's always going to be still some fight in Rahayu.
Start over. 9-14.
Yeah, solid attacking, good use of the middle. Fairly simple. Pretty orthodox rally by her standards. Clever from Baek. Good use of the lift over the top. We've seen Lee So-hee get caught in that position 4 or 5 times now in this match. I know it's been near on an hour and a half, but that is where she struggles slightly, that quick reaction, cutting out the mid-court, the interception. Makes a few errors there. Indonesians testing the patience of Lee So-hee. Great defensive work.
A groan collectively goes round the Istora as that goes wide.
15-10.
Yeah, she really wanted to put the shuttle back on Lee. It would have been a lot more straightforward and less risk to use the middle of the court. Well, there's still an intensity about Rahayu in the chat with her partner.
Baby, receive, baby, receive.
You suspect their race is run here, but it's taken a long time for the Koreans to wear them down.
Yeah, even the Indonesians, by appearance, feel like it's the end of the road. Koreans moving as fast as I think I've seen them. And we're into how many minutes now? It's near an hour and a half, I think.
Pretty much exactly that. Well, it's nothing like being in the ascendancy to kind of give you a second wind. I thought that was going wide, actually.
Service over.
I can't believe
11,
Baek missed it anyway.
18.
Yeah.
That was well in front of service line, even if it was going wide. Well, it's relentless. And almost everything's going to Setianingrum, or at least they're trying to.
Well, the whole crowd love it. I'm not sure it's the best backflips though, because it's almost like the Koreans were kind of waiting for an error from the other end of the court, because it was being pretty easily defended.
They did something similar in the second. Lee So-hee, I remember talking about how they had 4 or 5 points up, 2 to go, and backed herself just in their defence and consistency to get them through the rest of the game. I was also thinking to myself just then, with Baek missing that easy smash on the service line, which would have been 19-10.
Okay, on court. Maybe.
What might happen now if the Indonesians start to come back?
Maybe. No split. Okay, back on court. Back on court.
Well, I think the fact they've been playing out there for an hour and a half plus now, it's taken its toll physically, and the smash speeds from all 4 of them are way less than they were at the start, and now none of them can get through.
18.
So that was almost kind of like a stalemate rally for more than a minute. Obviously, there's no pressure on the Koreans because they're 6 points ahead.
Yes, and that's why I don't think that's going to be the last we see of that side. Wow. Finds the middle of the court, splits the defence.
Service over. 19-12.
Well, you can't pretend the Indonesians weren't in good position. It was just a case of a fairly new partnership, not yet having the agreement of who takes what.
Defence, fantastic. Lee in particular.
Forward continues to enthrall. The rally deserved to have been won by both pairs at times. Well, I think she's enjoying the spectacle.
Well, matches have been won from 19-13 down plenty of times. Just not sure this is going to be one of them. But they have to see it out, Lee and Baek. after
Time's
over
over.
an hour and a half.
20 match
Vieira
point.
from
13.
Setianingrum brings the Korean 7 match points.
Yeah, I can only imagine the occasion, the intensity, the fatigue, the emotions, all getting a bit too much. And very much last chance saloon, I think, for Setianingrum.
Briani.
Surviving a massive effort from the Koreans to finish the rally. Credit to the Indonesians.
Time's over. 14-20.
So they look to fight again for at least one more point. Indonesian pair.
Well, I've come back from 18-12 in the third, down before, but I've never come back from 2013 or 14, Trevor. I can't see this one being turned around.
Yeah, here it's the last rites being given here to Rahayu and Setianingrum. Well, an absolutely epic game of women's doubles. In the end, though, the joint experience of Baek and Lee just proved too much. The Indonesians were brilliant in the first game, which they took comfortably, but then the Korean tactics changed and they gradually got on top. It's gone on for well over an hour and a half, and Baek and Lee have had a seriously stiff workout in the round of 16.
Match won by Baek Hana, Lee So-hee.
Well, the final moments.
21-16.
I'm dying to see a lot more of Rahayu and Setianingrum. I think if they settle down as a pair and they continue to test themselves at this kind of level, they could have a really good future over the next few years. And I think they'll be very proud of their performance today, especially in the first couple of games.
So Baek and Lee wins 16-21, 21-16, 21-14. And that was something of an epic. An hour and 40 on court. 5 more live matches to come. Jill Clark and Steve Pedersen coming in. Stay with us.
Well, after that absolutely thrilling women's doubles, we turn our attention to men's singles. And it is the former world champion Loh Ken Yew from Singapore up against the European champion Alex Lanier. Well, as far as the men's singles draw is concerned, Loh Ken Yew and Lanier, bottom half of the draw. Loh Ken Yew, of course, was a beaten finalist here 4 years ago. And also in this half,